What's up, YouTube? I already made a video showing this, but yeah, I'll give you a few seconds to look at and read that. But yeah, so let me show you something interesting, because this is about to blow your mind. If the video I showed about this earlier earlier on my channel didn't, then the formatting here is going to do it, and you are going to consider this genius. So just give me a second to prepare this for you. And alright, so let's test out statement number 1. You can see it says number 1. Each statement is labeled a number. Let's test out each statement on this diagram of the human body, and let's see if it's accurate. Let's see if neurotypicals are mentally ill or not. Let's see if all their statements are not contradicting each other here. Okay, so let's go to statement 1. If all objects are locations. Well, there's many objects in this diagram of the human body. I'd say every particle of this guy's body is an object, first and foremost. Meets the criteria of such. Jesus said all locations are different. Okay? They are different. The objects in this picture are different. The objects are locations, but they're still different objects, at the very least. Okay? Let's at least accept that. Okay? Let's look around in this picture and we look at examples, right? Make this easier. Try to make it as easy as possible. Connect the dots here, right? The easier you make it, more likely people are to understand, see what's happening here. All right. You got your car, you got the guy, you got the floor. They're all distance from each other. That's the criteria of okay, everything here is scientifically proven, written down and recorded for a long time so far. So far so good. Statement 3, all objects are different. Yep, all objects are different, just for the reasons I said a few seconds ago. Statement 4, all feelings are objects that are different locations. Well, this guy has feelings throughout his body, and the feelings that are throughout his body meet the criteria of objects. They meet the same criteria of the objects that I showed in the beginning with the previous statements. So it's safe to say that feelings are objects, but also it's safe to say that they are locations, because the locations that I described in previous statements, according to the diagram, match the same criteria as objects already. If you go back and pause and rewind, you'll see, you write it down, it's all the same. It's impossible to be not the same. And if you go online sources or read books, it confirms it. You can even test it out in real life. It all confirms it. That, so far so good. Statement 5, all feelings are objects. Well, if all feelings are objects, it just goes back to what I just said. Same line of reasoning. You can't box your way out of this line of reasoning, because every statement I'm coming up with is based on the previous statements. To try to do this would be completely logically absurd, and you have to be an insane person to think otherwise. I've said this before. I've said this for years. Statement 6, you are everywhere that your feelings are. Well, I mean, based on the things I've said, it goes back to the things I've said on my channel before, that others have said for a long time. The premise theologically that if you are your consciousness, to have your consciousness, you have to literally be it. You don't just have it. And when you're being something, you have to be where it is specifically. You can't be anywhere other than where it is, no matter how precise. Down to the smallest increments, down to the smallest coordinates, scientific and mathematical term, all of which I've shown for years. Others have shown light years in terms of years or decades before I did on my channel, obviously. Okay. So far, so good. And the last statement, statement number 7. You don't exist in more than one place simultaneously. Well, if you don't exist in more than one place simultaneously, but every other statement I just came up with shows that, you do, then, the neurotypicals and Jesus are wrong about a lot of stuff. Like I said for years, and, others have said. And I like this part. The spring being 6 and the Earth's top scientists probably running to underground bunkers right now. Or maybe they are, maybe they're not. Depending on how you perceive of the things I've talked about on this channel. And, and other statements about this channel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this, entire science experiment. I think it was went pretty well. I mean, we broke down every single category, every single criteria of each category, and we came up with a final conclusion at statement number 7. It brings all of these criteria together to see if they can come together to create a cohesive argument, and they do. So you can ask anybody you want. You're going to get different opinions, but like I said, until you test this out yourself, or do it the way I instructed you, or follow it the way I instructed you in this video, you won't have a chance of seeing what I'm seeing. I mean, I can say that all I want. You might have mistrust in that idea. You might say, okay, how do I know it's not going to be a scam? Well, like I said, I've said this for years. You can look at my other videos, even from the start of my channel. It shows you that the likelihood of me being trustworthy on about this stuff and not being sincere, being genuine enough for this to be the case is there and speaks for itself. Okay, so obviously, like a very large extent, you could say that this planet is very possibly unaware of certain scientific phenomena that are occurring, and it's a big problem. But so yeah, I mean, but about statement number 7, I do want to say another thing before I end this video, and that's it. Well, you definitely have to ask the question of if your feelings are everywhere throughout your body, and you are everywhere that your feelings are, and everywhere that your feelings are is a different location and a different object at a different coordinate, then don't you exist in more than one place at once? Even if the distance between these coordinates and these locations are really small, it's highly unlikely that it's not still different locations. Based on the things that I've demonstrated, that others have demonstrated, it's very unlikely. But yeah. There may be a way for me to break this down even further at some further point, but for now, that's all I'm going to do in this video and on this channel. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.